Good evening. Welcome to ScaryMania 4, episode 6.5. It's a watch-along. Jacob Collins is in the building. Jacob, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for having me. Yeah, which it's really great that you get to review this movie. I recommended this movie to you a while back, and I was like, oh man, you got to watch this movie. I will say before we watch it, if you watch this, go into this thinking it's going to be like a straight horror film, you're going to be disappointed because it's not that. Like, I would say, I can't really describe it to you. The best way I can say is it's basically like Little Monsters meets Beetlejuice meets the Little Vampire. But an R-rated version of that, and with very heavy Tim Burton score behind it by Danny Elfman.
Well, that certainly intrigues me. Jacob Martin will not be watching live, but he wishes me luck. Yeah, I'm gonna need it all right. But thank you, Jake.
I was literally hazing him before we started this with his mustache. So before we started, I started hazing him. I was like, won't say what I said, but I was literally hazing him about his mustache before we started. So, which we do, we just shot Small Talk, by the way, for all of this. Like, we literally yesterday shot our weekly episodes of Small Talk, and so that's what I was like. So I was like, I was gonna say something. I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot." I was about when we started this. I was thinking like, "Where's Matt at?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." It's like this.
Yeah, wrong day.
I was literally about to text Matt. I said, "Where are you at?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right." But
tonight. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I'm really excited for you to watch this. I cannot wait for you to watch this. This is, I will say, there's three different versions of this movie. The one you're watching it on Peacock, right?
Yes.
All right, so Peacock, yeah. All right, so we're watching this on Peacock, obviously, and which is the director's cut, which I think that's closest to the version I've seen the theatrical cut once, and it's really a bad cut because Clive Barker hated it because they took a lot of footage out and they tried to make it more theatrical because the studio didn't like the movie, and so. And so Clive Barker always said it's one of the worst cuts of his movies he's ever seen. And so the director's cut and the unrated cut are closer to his version of what the movie is. And so, which he did say one thing he always complains about is the score. He goes, if this is not like a Tim Burton film, and the studio, I guess, did not understand what the movie is, so they hired Danny Elfman to score it like a Tim Burton film. And so that's what Clive Barker always regrets saying. It's just two different, But I like it, but I hope you like it too, Ryan. And I hope everyone likes it that's watching. If you can, it's on Peacock. You want to watch it with us. And so it's a really good film. It's called Nightbreed. It's a Clive Barker movie. It's got a lot of twists and turns. I hope you all like it. If you don't, well, sit on a snake for all I care.
Well, yeah, the movie is called Nightbreed. It is on Peacock if you would like to watch along with us. And if you have Peacock, then go to town on that. Before we get into the movie, though, let's watch a little bit of the trailer and see what I'm in for. I know Jacob's seen this, but let's see what I'm in for.
Who's buried in Midian?
Ain't nothing but dead folk.
Somewhere, hidden from sight, closer than you might think, is a place that's not on any map. Midian.
Something's breeding there.
It looks a lot like hell, but they call it home.
There goes the neighborhood.
They're not pretty. They're not neighborly.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
They're not even human. But this time, they're the good guys. From the imagination of Clive Barker comes Nightbreed.
You can't go down there!
They have only one enemy. A beast called man, sworn to destroy the Nightbreed.
Sounds like we're going head-to-head with the devil himself.
And only one chance. A man.
Boone!
Called Boone.
It's time to fight! Go get 'em, boys! have we got? They're armed. So am I.
Out of your deepest fears and your darkest fantasies, Clive Barker brings you a startling new breed of adventure. I won't let you down. Nightbreed. At last, the night has a hero.
Outstanding.
Well, the trailer gave away the whole freaking movie. I forgot in the 80s and 90s that the trailer were like 4 minutes long, and they gave away 80% of the movie. I forgot about that.
I feel like trailers have kind of always been that way. I mean, it's like treading that line of selling it but not selling it. But I just can't believe I'm intrigued though, so I'm ready to go. I've got it all queued up, Jacob. If you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. All right, wait. I'm not ready. Hold on. I thought I was. Yep, I'm ready now. I'm pushing on Nightbreed. So did the trailer sell you on it or no?
It did. All right, so let us begin in 5, 4.
Shit.
Oh, wait.
Headphones. I'm putting my headphones in.
Smart.
All right, I'm ready
So,
now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And I got ad-free Peacock, so we don't have to worry about me yelling ads.
You son of a bitch. I have ad Peacock.
All right, well, it's your turn now, but I'm seeing Morgan Creek now.
I'm seeing Joe Roth.
Any relation to Eli
You
or
see that
no?
now? Joe Roth? I don't know. I know he was the head of Fox at one point. Didn't he? I think he directed Joe Roth. He directed, what's it called? He directed that Christmas with the Cranks. I think he directed that movie, 10 Hour.
All right, immediately I'm getting Batman 89 vibes.
Oh, I would say Batman Returns more. Oh, and I want to point something out. We're doing a watch along because people gave me shit on my live stream last week because they didn't understand what a watch along is. A watch along is we're watching the movie. You can watch with us. Every YouTuber does this. Okay?
Yeah.
This is not a reaction. This is a watch along, not a reaction. We don't have the little screen in the bubble right here. We cannot show a 2-hour movie or an hour movie because then we will get a copyright claim or a copyright strike, not a claim.
Yeah.
A copyright strike, which will ban us from uploading for 30 days. That is why we cannot show you the movie. You have to watch it with us, but we can describe it to you, or you can blare our TVs where you can hear it. So I just want to be clear. People didn't understand that last week. And I had to like, this is called a watch along, not a reaction.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a 2-hour reaction because they know they will get a copyright strike. That's one. Although I have seen one channel do the whole Mortal Kombat movie, like a 2-hour. They did the whole thing and showed the whole thing, and I'm like, yeah, how come they have not got a copyright strike? And that's still on their channel. Yeah, this is like I think this is 2 years after Hellraiser 2. He did. Clive Barker did Hellraiser 2. I think he said he wanted to do something different. He didn't want to just do like a movie about monsters being evil. He wrote a short story called Cabal, and then he kind of adapted it from a short story.
Well, I am going to be reviewing Hellraiser later this month, and Jacob Collins will be joining me for that review. So we'll be double dipping into Clive Barker this month.
This right here is where it becomes Danny Elfman Batman Returns-y right here. I'm like, it was Pete Subtle, and then it became Danny Elfman right here.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like, well.
All right, so immediately I am loving the creature design.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Clive Barker always delivers with creature designs. Clive Barker never messes with creature designs.
Yeah. Welcome to Halloween Horror Nights.
It almost looked like they broke the fourth wall. Like, see us, we're creatures, like doing dance numbers and all that. Then they're like, we got to shut the door now. He was in Hellraiser 5, by the way. That guy right there. Which Clive Barker had nothing to do with Hellraiser 5.
So I saw in the credits.
What? David Cronenberg? Ryan? Well, wow, I guess he left us. Well, yeah, basically, I think he was saying... Ryan, can you hear me?
Yes.
You froze up for a second.
Yes, sorry about that.
What you said? You saw in the credits what?
That David Cronenberg was in this movie somewhere.
Oh yeah, he has a huge role in this movie. Like he is the second lead in this movie.
Oh wow.
He's really good in this movie too. I'm surprised at how good he is because he's usually a director. Yeah, I would say him. This dude is the lead, and I would say Cronenberg's the second lead, co-lead. And then she is the supporting actress, the love interest. And then the cop, the Phantom Menace, the Imperial Guard, the African American Imperial Guard that protects Padme.
Yeah.
He is like the fourth lead. Cronenberg.
That's him with the suit?
Yeah. He's his therapist.
Okay, gotcha. So the dude with the shirt off kind of looks like Patrick Swayze in a funhouse mirror.
I was going to say Luke Perry in a funhouse mirror.
Oh, yeah, that works too, yeah.
Or David Borealis from Bones and Angel in a funhouse mirror.
Right, The View with Drew is here. Hey, Drew, how you doing?
Hey, what up, Drew? What's going on, man? I actually View with the Drew. I actually like me and him. We there's a guy, Zach Millen. Always, every time the dude Zach has a live stream, always got a comment because Zach is a fun guy. Zach always just if you can support View with the Drew, Jacob Martin, and Zach Millen's channel, as well as Ryan Cams, but you really don't have to with Ryan Cams. It's just that's not important. But everyone else, like I said, just joking. Ryan, you can support Ryan's channel too. He also has an OnlyFans called Ryan Cam on Cam.
Yeah, I heard something, Mom. It was you and Dad getting it on. That's a very 90s house.
This thing creeps me out always. There's one thing they kept out of the trailers. I'm glad that they kept this out of the trailers. There's a subplot. It's not really a subplot. There's a villain in this movie besides the humans. There's a villain in this movie.
Okay. Close the door. Oh!
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, definitely glad not showing any of this on screen.
That kid looks like, Doug Bradley from Hellraiser plays Pinhead, who's also in this movie. That looks just like Doug Bradley as a child.
Sort of, kinda.
Why are you staring there? Go hide under your bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like, well,
you're like 7 or 8. You're still smart enough to know to run.
Yeah, there's a serial killer in this movie that they kept out of the trailers. A serial killer. And I will say the serial killer is actually a really cool subplot in this movie. Not really a subplot. It fits into the main plot well.
So does that serial killer does he have a name?
It's a spoiler who he is. It's a person under the mask.
No, I mean like the killer. Is he given like a name?
I know if I say the killer's name, then it'll reveal who the killer is.
Okay.
The killer is the person that's playing the killer.
Okay.
Although it does look like the killer from The Collector. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie, The Collector. Or it reminds me of, Batman, Dark Begins, Scarecrow, Jonathan Crane.
Sort of, kind of, yeah. The Collector works as well. Like, literally almost the same mask.
That's right. I like how David Cronenberg talks. So, yeah, so we're talking like this. You see, I'm talking like this.
Look at this photograph.
Every time it makes me laugh. Yeah, it's funny you say that. Every time I see the title "Exorcist Believer," I always think of that Imagine Dragons song.
Legit. I was driving to work today, and I was thinking to myself, of all the things you can name your movie after, like an Imagine Dragons song. And I don't hate the Imagine Dragons; they have good songs. But I'm just sitting there like, what was its time taken? Like On Top of the World?
Or Exorcist. I keep making a joke that every time someone says, "What's the Exorcist Believer about?" I'm like, Justin Bieber's having a concert, and he gets all the believers there, and then of course he reads off a Ouija board and becomes possessed, and then then Linda Blair's in it, and they have to survive, and have to kill all the demons in the movie. What's sad is someone's going to say after watching Exorcist this weekend, that's a better movie plot than the Exorcist Believer movie. This therapist is basically saying, "I think you killed them, so you need to turn yourself." I'm like, what?
And also, he literally handed his patient like pills and said, "All that I can give you is the truth." I'm sure the Wachowskis were watching this and like, I got an idea.
Matrix. We stole it from Clive Barker. Like, well, nobody saw Nightbreed, so we can go ever question it, except we're watching it now. By the way, I'm wearing 3D glasses that have the red and blue. We saw that you got the red and blue. Which, by the way, what kind of creepy therapist is that to tell you all this shit? Like, I'm like, dude. Also,
Yeah.
why would they go only to you? There's like 1,000 other killers in this city, and other therapists and patients. We're not the only one. Even if you're the most decorated killer, decorated. Even if you're the most decorated therapist that deals with serial killers. You literally, they wouldn't divulge that information by giving you crime scene photos. This felt like such a Danny Elfman score.
Yeah, for real.
I keep waiting for Penguin and them to go commit crimes around Gotham.
Now there's the pussy I'm looking.
If you've seen Batman Returns, you will get that joke and laugh your ass off.
If this whole sequence were in an A24 movie, it would be praised as genius.
I guarantee you, Clive Barker should go back and make movies because you know what? I understand he can't because of his like condition right now with this. You got like throat cancer real bad and stuff.
Really,
But,
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's in a very bad, poor health. But I really think that if Clive Barker went back, A24 would be right up his alley.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, his ideas are still being used. We got a Hellraiser movie last year, so
They did a whole movie, but he had nothing to do with it, called Clive Barker's Book of Souls, that came on Hulu, and like it didn't do as well on Hulu, but like nobody, but he didn't even. He said I had nothing to do with the movie. It was just they
interesting.
asked for like it was just like I think ideas of his. He had that someone went and took the ideas and made a whole full length like anthology movie about. Yeah, it's funny. Clive Barker was making bad. He was not making. I won't say bad movies, but he was making weird movies, artistic movies before A24. And back
Hmm.
then, people were like, "What is Lord of Illusions? This is weird. What is this? This is weird. Nightbreed is weird." I guarantee you, nowadays A24 does it. Genius. I guarantee. Like I agree with you. Like, Midsummer is basically the Wicker Man, not the Nicolas
It's an
Cage.
artsy, artsy Wicker Man. One thing is for sure, this woman has heard Cyndi Lauper at least once.
Even that boyfriend's like,
He is completely out of it.
which I will respect Clive Barker always because this man, I mean, he literally went from an author to a filmmaker,
Yeah,
and he still like
that's
does signings, but like with his handlers, like he has his people there because he's in poor health, so he can still sign and talk, but it's really hard for him to do it. I saw one where a kid asked how could he be a writer, and he gave the kid advice about how to start writing short stories and send them to like little magazines and stuff. That's how he got his start with all his short stories.
you got to start somewhere.
I mean, Candyman is his story. Like they
Yeah,
took Candyman, like his little tiny, like small. Obviously, Candyman and his story was set in England, and it was about a white guy. But then I do like that they transitioned it to what Tony Todd is today, and I like that. But I
yeah.
always say, like, yeah, that's how Candyman was his original. Adios. Adios. That's all I should say on my entry machine. It's Jake. Adios.
Kind of lazy.
I actually stole my when someone calls me and it goes to voicemail, I always say I stole it from Ryan Reynolds from the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. I'm like, you've reached Jake. And he said, don't have a great day, have a triple A day.
Of all the things you could steal from, why the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard? That movie's awful.
I liked it when I saw. I went and literally saw it. That was like when after COVID, I was just glad to see a movie. So I liked it most because like just a movie to see.
First movie I saw was on my birthday in 21. It was Spiral.
Spyro, the dragon.
No, the from the Book of Saw,
Oh,
Spiral.
I think it's Spyro. I'm like, wait, they made a movie about the little dragon in Spyro from PlayStation. It's amazing that he didn't get hit by a car. Instead, he just passed out on the freeway.
That trucker must have some sweet moves.
That trucker been playing a lot of like, oh, that Grand Theft Auto hadn't existed yet. I was gonna say that trucker's been playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, no, that hasn't existed yet.
Are you the gatekeeper? I am the key master.
I'm not gonna lie, that came out in like 84. So yeah, that
84, yeah.
trucker could have literally. That character, by the way, is the coolest character of the movie. Not right now, but I'm saying later. Yeah, it's the coolest character.
I've never seen thumb knives before. That's a first.
Yeah. Toe knives. No, maybe. You know, the only time I've seen a knife, a toe knife, was in Wild Wild West, starring Will Smith.
There was one in Dark Knight too.
But that was like in 2008. Wait, what? Yeah, but something else. Don't you miss matte paintings in movies?
I
Instead
kind of do.
CGI? I kind of do, because it looked more realistic in a way.
Yeah. There's some bad matte paintings. Let's not get it twisted.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've seen some awful matte paintings. I mean, if you ever looked at Freddy's Wes Craven's, not Wes Craven's, one of the Nightmare movies had like a bad matte painting.
Which one?
I think it was Wes Craven's New Nightmare when Nancy goes into like the Freddy's world, and it's just like, I'm like, that matte painting, if I've ever seen one in my life, and it's even floating, like the wind is literally making it move.
Oh, my. Okay.
Doctor's like, you need to turn yourself in. Why would his doctor not chase after him?
Yeah. Now I recognize the guy in the middle from Phantom Menace. I've seen his face. I'm like, yep, that's the same guy. Well, this guy's a dead man walking. Or lying.
Why? His doctor might try to help him.
He's pulling the shades. I mean,
I like his doctor. His doctor is David Cronenberg.
David Cronenberg's movies are not well. Like, not
Have you
well.
seen the one about the zombie, about the girl with the armpit, and then she like stabs somebody and they become a zombie?
Which one?
I think it's called Rabies or Rabid.
No, I haven't.
That movie is so messed up. I've never finished it because I'm like, I watched it and I'm like, I can't finish. This is too messed up.
For you? Whoa.
Like, that movie made me want to throw up. There's just one scene in the movie that made me want to throw up. I'm just like, his movies are like, he goes for like, with his movies, they're more grotesque than they are clever. Like, I like Videodrome to a certain degree, but that movie sometimes makes you want to say, like, why am I watching this movie? Why?
Well, Jacob Martin's going to be covering it with me this month, so...
Have you watched it yet?
No.
Why? Wait, you'll be like, why am I watching this movie? Clearly, I have better things to do with my life.
It's in the Criterion collection.
I would say Criterion kiss my ass.
Well, so is Armageddon, RoboCop, and The Rock. So
I like RoboCop. Okay, I
like it too.
Armageddon, I could see because Michael Bay. I mean, like, come on, Transformers, right? Age of Extinction is going to be in the Criterion collection one day.
Oh.
So is Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin. You know it. They go in order, dude. They don't just go and just choose. Every year they go through all the movies that came out in like a certain year, and then they go, yes, no, yes, no. And eventually they're going to go back to that year and go, Batman and Robin, yes. And then it's gonna be like two people that like grew up with that movie and go, yep, Batman and Robin's in the criteria. Flees well. Ice to see you.
While misunderstood at the time, Batman and Robin has since undergone a critical reappraisal.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was so deep invested in the character to where when he's saying the ice planet, he's hiding the cold, shivering heart that he moans for his wife, and the only way he can ounce the pain is by making ice puns to George Clooney.
We
I have
all
a
cope
friend of
with
mine.
grief differently.
Dave from Interpreting the Stars, he can literally tell you what's good about that movie and what's not. He can literally point out good things about that movie. To where I was shocked. I'm like, can you name one good thing about that movie? He goes, oh, I can tell you the father-son relationship between Alfred and Bruce has never been done before. Like he said, that's actually the only really one.
All right, so one dude looks like Darth Maul with dreads, and the other dude looks like Ron Perlman if he's playing Mac Tonight, the McDonald's mascot.
He looks, yeah.
It's Mac Tonight.
Where'd they get the outfits from? That's my question.
That meant that one of them had to buy the clothes.
I mean, seriously, like, it's like,
Oh,
See, because you have to be bad, do bad things, okay? To be there, it's kind of like a rehabilitation center. He's not. He's like, you haven't done nothing wrong, so we can't really, like we can't. You can't become one of us because you haven't done nothing wrong.
looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
I was thinking that too. I was like, should I say it means meat? When are we gonna have some meat? What about them? They look fresh. They are not for eating.
Now's not the time to tend to your wounds, my guy. It's now time
run
to
out
run.
the freaking gate, and then you can worry about your wound. Means something evil's near him. Because to them, natural is evil. They can smell evil.
Yeah.
How would the cops be so silent and pull up and then just hide with the lights off?
It must be eating.
But I'm like, dude, I said I didn't kill anybody, man. That guy's the worst therapist to be an asshole about. Guy's the worst therapist. They shoot him based off that word of a therapist. He's got a gun, and they shoot him.
Like, yeah, don't search him. Like, get a warrant. No, just
I'll say, put your hands on your head. Nothing.
They basically pull a Jason Goes to Hell.
You guy's a shitty therapist. Now it feels
I don't know if this comparison is apt, but this whole thing kind of reminds me a little bit of The Crow.
The Crow, the movie The Crow?
Yeah, I mean, dude is killed and then comes back, sort of, kind of. I don't know. It's weird comparison.
My biggest issue with this movie is the lead is just not as good. Like, I wish they would have cast someone better in the lead. I just feel like, was he really the best choice? Did everyone say no to the movie or something?
Yeah, shout out to Aaron White, though. The Crow is his favorite movie ever.
So. Aaron White. The Crow.
Yeah.
I mean, I like The Crow. I think it's a good movie. I was just like, at least his favorite movie is not Batman Forever. Or Batman or Robin. Imagine if his favorite movie was Steel.
God. That's a watch along. We got to get Jacob Martin involved in that.
Why do you hate me? Why? You have to maybe relive that movie.
You made me suffer through Vampire's Kiss. So
that one was, you liked it though. You thought that was funny.
I was suffering.
I would rather watch Batman and Robin than Steel.
Oh, me too. Because at least that movie was interesting.
It's entertaining. That movie is very. I owned it on 4K, and like that movie. I'm waiting for the McFarlane toys to come out of Batman and Robin. I'm gonna buy the Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Batgirl, Robin, and Batman. I was looking that up the other day. I'm like, I'm kind of pissed that I have to wait. I have to buy them all to get Mr. Freeze. That's so on the nose. You hear that? Everyone has a secret phase. I think Cillian Murphy took his performance from the Scarecrow.
There's a lot of similarities.
I mean, if you listen to the way Cillian Murphy talks in that movie, I feel that Mr. Zass is much like. I'm like, he even talks slow too.
The Batman.
The Batman. If you ever want to know what David Cronenberg as the Scarecrow looks like, just watch Dark Knight. Batman Begins. Basically, it's basically the poor man's imitation of David Cronenberg.
All right, yeah, definitely Batman Returns vibes. I'm just going to listen to this tape while surrounded by my knives. It's like that scene from David Ayer's Suicide Squad where the Joker's just like surrounded by all those guns and knives and stuff.
I need a gangster. Oh no, is it is that it? I need a gangster. Is that the song in the scene? Yeah, that's the song.
I don't know.
Just laying on the ground going, ah! That's all we need. Well, that's your fault for breaking your tape recorder. So you think the doctor's a good guy?
No, of course not.
What do you think's the doctor's secret?
Not sure yet.
What do you think her secret is?
I think she might be one of the Midianites, or is that what they're called?
The Midians?
Yeah, Midians, yes.
Mind your own business, lady. Boundaries.
If I'm in the bathroom, I'm conducting like serious business here. I'm not here for the conversation.
What do you, like, if someone literally, if I'm pissing and someone comes up to me and goes, "So what you in here for?" I'm like, to relieve myself.
Take a wild guess, guy.
This is a bathroom, not a police station. Why are you interrogating me? That reminds me of that scene of Waiting. You ever seen Waiting with Ryan Reynolds?
No, I haven't. I heard it's good.
My dad loves that movie, and we watch it a lot when he's home. And we were like, he was telling me, we watched that scene where the guy's in the urinal, and he's a shy bladder, and he's afraid if he goes to the urinal, a guy's gonna check his wiener out, and he's just like, and he's just staring at him. They can't go in the bathroom stall because he's afraid some guy's gonna be listening going, and then they're gonna think he has a small wiener because it's like, why isn't he peeing? Huh? Why is it? And he tells everyone that, and the guy's like, it sounds like to me like you have a bunch of weird phobias, man.
I mean, those dividers are there for a reason.
Like he thinks that there's gonna be somebody peeping in going.
It's like a.
It's like, yeah, he thinks like two guys are just gonna be listening in on him peeing, and they're like, and then they're getting thinking like, why isn't he peeing? Is it because his wiener's? It's like, what? What?
It's like a inch and a half.
I'm just like, just reminds me that like, why would anyone want to go to the men's room and be like? Now I will say, if I go into a truck stop bathroom and there's a hole in the stall, I'm not going in that stall. I don't think anybody would really. Once you see the hole, you're like, all right, I'm good. Oh, looks like she got her a date. I hope he's a man with money because or she's going to have a bad night.
And then cry. And then start a conversation with the next woman who comes in. Oh, hi, Tom Cruise.
That was on the other night, too. And I watched 5 minutes of it, and I'm just like...
Why?
It just got... For the first 10 minutes, I was like, it's not as bad as I remember. Once it gets to him waking up, talking to a dead guy, and I'm like, this is so stupid. The guy's like, hey! The guy's dead. He's like, hey, Nick, over here! I'm like, you're dead. What? Why?
An American Werewolf in London much?
And it's in London, the whole ironically, because the movie's in London. You get it? Because the mummy's in London.
I drew an Epsom salt bath for you. I hope you enjoy it.
We want you to become a Meridian. That guy right there, the guy with the long hair and the cuts on his face.
Yeah.
Not the one that was in the hospital cutting his face up. But the one, the guy.
Swear this woman looks like the Borg Queen from First Contact.
You're not lying.
All she needs to do is give Data skin, and it'll be complete. Dr.
The
Moreau's
guy's
going to
not
walk out. What is the law?
The guy talking, that's Hellraiser. Doug Bradley.
Really?
Pinhead. Yep, that's Doug Bradley with the red eyes.
That's
Yep,
cool.
Because Clive Barker, he's good friends with Clive Barker. That's why he became Hellraiser. They're all like, you're not supposed to smoke in here. He's the funniest character in the movie. He's like the funniest. Oh, yeah. When you refer to Dr. Monroe, are you referring to the Val Kilmer? Or are you
No,
referring
no,
to the one from
the 30s one.
You don't like the Val Kilmer one?
I just reviewed the 30s one the other day for ScaryMania. No, the Val Kilmer one is horrible.
What? I like Val Kilmer in that movie. I really like. That's like to me my favorite role of his.
Do you know all the crap that went on behind the scenes of that movie?
I do, and I still like that movie. I watched that. I own that movie on Blu-ray. I understand it went a lot of crazy shit happened on that movie, but I enjoy it. Although I do hate that they just killed Montgomery off and then nothing happens. Where would he get a dog at?
Especially in Midian.
Where would they get dog food?
Rocky Balboa here?
What's that Sylvester Stallone country movie?
Rhinestone Cowboy, I think.
What is this, Rhinestone Cowboy? Oh, I guess he had money. If I'm telling you, that's a married man if I've ever heard in my life. Divorced, rich, staying in a motel, not even a hotel, a motel. Yeah, you're a one night stand to him. I'm sorry, lady. Even she knows that. She's like, yeah, that's a one night stand. She's gonna steal your freaking car. You just met this lady last night.
Oddly trusting.
This lady could be robbing you. She could have robbed Curtis, for all you know. And she left her keys. You see her keys are in the car?
Yeah.
You see her keys are in the car. I'm like, you are very trustworthy because I would take my keys at least. Because I'm like...
Or incredibly dumb.
Why wouldn't you sit in the car? Why are you standing outside the car? You air conditioning in the car.
What are the chances?
First off, what is he doing out here? Secondly, we know he's not a banker. Thirdly, I'm sure he's not married. Fourthly, we know it's his doctor.
Yeah.
Why would you think like, oh yeah, Curtis, I can't believe you're out here. What are you doing here? That right there should be a huge red flag of why is Curtis here.
Red flag so big it fills the screen.
That should be you need to go. This guy might have stalking issues. You know what that looks like? You ever see that movie The Witches from the 70s, or was it the 80s or 70s?
Is that...
Angelica Houston?
I've only seen the poster.
Well, there's a scene where like a boy turns into a rat, and it looks just like that. Looks like a damn rat.
Whoa, okay. That transition was wild.
Yep. Look, it's Hellraiser. Okay. No, you can kill the child if you want. I mean, that's the law. Like, no, I don't want to kill a child. I'm not a monster.
Pretty sure, like, I don't even know if she's alive anyway. Sometimes dead is better. This character is legit named after the current manager of the New York Yankees.
I'm not a baseball fan, so I have no idea what his name is.
No, I'm not expecting you to. I'm just saying the manager's name is Aaron Boone. I was pointing out what a crazy coincidence that is.
Is it really? Surprised Taylor Swift hasn't started dating him yet.
Still a little bit of an age gap.
Well, then she could write a song about him afterwards called Robbing the Cradle.
Dude, you are just like greedy. Like everyone new that comes in here, you're just like, it's mine. And you didn't even call dibs.
He's like, y'all come back now. You're here.
Well, something tells me Carol's no longer with us. Yep.
That could be ketchup, or it could have been that hard time of the month. Yeah, that. I mean, just because you see blood does not mean like it just means murder.
Don't jump to conclusions.
I mean, yeah, come on. Okay, the buzzards is not a good sign.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. Oh. I had an idea.
It's not really a good idea. I mean, it's kind of like you could predict. It's predictable. I mean,
I had a feeling. That mask is freaky though up close. Like something out of Coraline or something. Deleted scene from American Psycho.
it's hip to be square.
Oh.
Take this, you Vulcan. Star Trek ripoff.
What do you guys think is the best movie of 2023 so far? My favorite's Oppenheimer.
You know, I really liked my favorite movie of the summer was the Haunted Mansion, the 2023 Haunted Mansion.
Ugh.
I liked that. I hated The Flash this summer, and I was expecting that to me to like that. I liked the 2023 Haunted Mansion, but I know most people would say Barbie, but not me. I thought it was okay. I didn't like love it as much, but then again, I'm not that demographic. I would probably say my favorite is between Scream 5, or not Scream 5, but Scream 6.
6.
And probably, I haven't seen Saw X yet, so I can't say if Saw X was good. But I really like the Haunted Mansion, so that's between my two favorite movies so far. What do you? Oh, but they're asking, what do you think of them is so far the best movie? So you're saying, what do we think is the best, or what are we saying we like is the best?
Well, I think Oppenheimer is the
I
best.
think from not my perspective, but from like the general audience, it seems like Barbie is like the best one of the summer. Even though I think Dune would have been the best movie of the year if they would have kept that release date. Oh, it's got to be The Flash for sure. I mean, CGI falling babies. How can you go on with that in the microwave at the end? Look at me, Barry. I'm under clothes now. You see? Look, I'm super speeding. Oh, Barry, look. Oh, I'm naked now. Oh, hot dog. It's like, what the hell is this movie? It's like Ezra Miller studied his character from The Stand, from Stephen King's The Stand CBS series, and said, I'm going to make that as Dumbarry.
I have spoken.
Oh, look, it's Tim Curry from Legend. Look at David Cronenberg's shades now. Look at those shades.
Maybe it's because I've seen so much Smallville lately, but Cronenberg here definitely has a Lionel Luther vibe going on here.
Yep.
That's what cemeteries are for.
Why is he wearing all the fishing gear? Is he going fishing or something?
Looks like he's ready to battle Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And then Dennis Hopper comes in.
I just recently bought that movie on Blu-ray because I've been playing the game so much that I'm like, I'm actually next week. I'm planning on going to like Spirit Halloween and buying the $90 Texas Chainsaw Massacre statue. That when you push the button, the chainsaw lights up. It goes, no.
You got to wear that on. You got to wear that for the small talk for the one that goes
That's
up.
not a costume; it's a statue. Ryan, it's a statue. It's not a costume. I'll bring the statue on.
Oh, never mind.
I'll try to get. I'll get a costume. Hey, you know what we should do? We should do small talk on Halloween, and then just like we all have to dress up as a rule.
Well, the last Tuesday of this month is the 31st, so.
Ryan, this is a little off topic.
Yes.
I was listening to Kelly Ripa this morning when I was at work.
Okay.
When I was at work, I heard Kelly Ripa was on TV, and so I was listening to it, the opening monologue for her and her husband Mark. And so she was talking about, do you know what the one way to make people think you're attractive is?
What's that?
Turn your head like this, and that makes you more attractive. Women. I'm like, what? So I was just there thinking about that just now as I was looking at this going. I was like, Kelly Ripa, I don't know if Kelly, like literally she said turn your neck, and then that's what makes women think you're more attractive. I'm like, where's the science in that? Because I don't believe that. Also, if you want people to leave you alone, just put your hands around your back like this. Oh look, it looks like a scene out of Legend from. Is that Legend? Yeah, Tom Cruise, Legend. Have you seen that movie?
I think it's been a while.
I saw it back in like 2018. The director's cut, which is the better version.
Like I said, I can't remember.
You just called the police, dude. They're on their way here, and yet you're going to torture this guy and kill him. He wrapped him up with Christmas lights. Wrong season, man. Wrong season. How would he know this?
The Christmas lights are just killing me right now.
Like Home Alone vibes so much. You don't. He's not your therapist. You don't need to spill all your drama out to him.
Yeah. Then don't say.
Why can't he see? Like, couldn't he? There's no way he could see with buttons on his face.
Your need for dramatic effect is outweighing your practicality.
But where are you at? She's around here somewhere. I just gotta hear her. I can't see her. It's like the scene in Halloween 2 where Michael Myers gets shot in the eyes and he's just like doing this. I'm like, okay, you're an idiot now if you think that that's gonna work. Like they're just gonna like, oh no, he's getting close. Instead, I'm just like, you could crawl away now. There's no way he could see.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just stop motion. You ever think they should bring back stop motion?
Yeah.
I think she's a little bit of CGI. They can make stop motion look realistic. I think that would get rid of CGI. We would really not need it. Like I think honestly, like Phil Tippett still uses stop motion, but I think we could a little bit of CGI touches, stop motion, like just like with matte paintings.
This production design just is like so breathtaking.
There's a movie it reminds me of. It makes me mad that I don't really remember. I'm like, it is a movie about people living underground and people trying to destroy them.
Like, do you know who's in it?
No, that's the thing. It's like I know there's a movie just like this, and I'm just trying to figure. And it makes me mad that I don't know what it's about. I know, I'm like, I've seen this before. I'm like, Clive Barker did not use this. Is not his original idea. Like I've seen this before. I could have swear. I want to say it's a Robin Williams movie, but it's not.
There's this movie called City of Ember about people who live underground.
Yeah, but it's not like a.
Would it be Dark City?
No, it's not Dark City. I've seen Dark City. That piece of shit. The bald people. By the way, did you ever think about Dark City and that one movie with Matt Damon? What was that movie with Matt Damon, Emily Blunt, where it's like, like he sees people?
The Adjustment Bureau.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't Dark City and the Adjustment Bureau remind you of the same movie?
I haven't seen Dark City in a while, but I think the Adjustment Bureau is pretty good.
I think the Adjustment Bureau is basically a remake of Dark City. Only I would say the Adjustment Bureau is a better movie.
Ooh, that's freaky.
Sometimes there's just ideas you don't need in your movies.
Yeah.
Like I would say, I would get rid of the goo monster. I'm like, oh, we don't need that. By the way, I know a movie we need to watch all together. Me, you, Jacob Martin, and Stephanie. It's a movie. It's a movie. It's called Veronica, and it is one of the worst movies I have ever seen.
Erotica, you say?
Veronica, yeah. And it's made by a rock musician, and the movie stars adult film stars. And it's based on a rock musician's. The lead singer of Dazing, directed this movie from a comic book he wrote, and he
Glenn
hired,
Danzig, right?
huh?
Glenn Danzig?
Yeah,
Because I'm looking at the letterbox of it right now.
and it is one of the worst movies ever. But because he hired a bunch of adult film stars to shoot it.
Oh wow.
And the movie is a piece of shit.
I mean, to make things even worse, like you can't even
On
spell.
IMDb, it's a 1.9 out of 10. It's got a 1. Why is Rotten Tomatoes? Rotten Tomatoes gave this movie a 21%. I'm like, what? Who gave this a positive review?
Well, I mean, it's Rotten Tomatoes, so consider your source.
Negative. Okay, there's one positive. The acting will not win any awards, and the filmmaking goes beyond first-time mistakes. But this is a special kind of bad that is engaging. What? I mean, a thoroughly baffling work that is so seen to believe, and aficionados of this movie that are crazy town banana pants absolutely should see it. So many movies get this so bad it's good comments, but this movie actually deserves it. Veronica should be the most boring movie ever made, but its editing is so constantly terrible and baffling that not even every unfair audience with editing will find captivating and hilarious. So all these reviews are saying, oh yeah, we know it's a piece of shit, but it's funny to watch.
So go after her. Oh.
That guy has his nipples tattooed. You
Yeah.
see?
Yeah.
I wonder if that was an artistic choice.
Certainly seems like it.
Why is it in every film there's always like some kind of thing like you have to go down to in the lower level that is like this big like plot point, and it's always like it guarded in like a room that you can easily get to.
But it's supposedly a closely guarded secret.
It's a MacGuffin. Is that what's right? MacGuffin? Yeah, but like if he leaves, he's freaking like lunch meat.
Pretty much.
I call bullshit. The second he walks out, he should have been like, he should have been like a monster. His face looked like like a bologna meat. Instead, it's like, good.
Oh,
Do not eat that once it hits the floor, woman.
5-second rule.
Oh,
All right, then she put it on the desk. Okay, well, yeah, it's useless now.
Throw it in the garbage. Then.
Whoa. Okay. So,
I would laugh so hard right now if if the second she gets undressed, he goes. "Rah!" So it's love that triggers your monster effect.
pretty much.
I thought this movie has a big plot hole in it. This movie has a big plot hole, Ryan. The son should have made
Right.
him like monstrous and deteriorate. I'll believe that he hasn't been there long enough, but once you would get indoctrinated, shouldn't that automatically apply? The rules apply to you as well.
Yeah.
I believe that doctor can kill a lot of people. But you're telling me all these truckers just took it like, no, hey, you. I believe he killed the family.
We're just truckers, so
By the way, if you're setting someone up for your crimes and you got him killed, you can't kill again because then you're incriminating yourself,
yeah.
right?
And this design is so cool looking.
I mean, really, you can't kill again, Ryan, because you're incriminating yourself.
I know Barker is known for like much like more famous things, but I'm definitely leaning more towards like the severely underrated side of things because I am really enjoying this.
This is actually a good movie. I told you, Ryan, you'd enjoy this movie. It's a really good film. Like, I know we're sitting there laughing and joking around, figuring out, but like, this is actually a really good film. Like, I actually really enjoy this movie. Like, it's much better than you think it is.
We can do that with any movie, though.
I mean,
Like we
Jeepers
love.
Creepers you could pick around, but still, like Jeepers Creepers is really good too. Like that's why I said, like I was trying to get my friend Dave to watch it, but Dave's like, I don't know, like which he never just got back with me on that. I'm like, oh Ryan, I said I think Ryan would like this. Which me and Ryan, by the way, we are reviewing a movie called Society together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you'll like that, Ryan. I don't know if you're gonna like it, but I know I'm gonna really enjoy your reaction to the. I'm gonna enjoy your review of it. I'm definitely gonna enjoy watching your. This is gonna be Ryan's favorite after he watches Society. Well, I guess I've seen everything.
Can you get a bigger picture of yourself?
Hold on one second. I'll be right back.
Okay. By the way, if you all are enjoying the watch party, we're going to be having Jacob back, but also Matt Wyatt. So the Small Talk crew is going to unite to watch some horror together.
What are we watching?
That's to be determined, but we're leaving it up to Jacob to decide.
I just heard what you're talking about. Jacob Martin or Jacob? Me, Jacob.
You.
What are we
said-
watching?
I said Small Talk.
Oh, I thought you said me, you, and Matt are gonna watch a horror movie together. I'm like, what movie are we watching?
I was thinking Trick or Treat.
That's a good movie. You know you're a country sheriff when you're smoking during a press conference.
I was just going to say, smoking a cigar.
What is he, Boss Hogg from the Dukes of Hazzard?
Just a good old boy.
Them Duke boys, let me tell you about them Duke boys over here. Or was he the cop with Smokey and the Bandit?
Watch The Fly.
Well, I'd say, well, that seems like you're a bad mortician. I mean, you are in a you're in the deep south. I mean, really.
Yeah.
I would say try to get a city doctor out here. I like how it's portraying the humans are the villains of this movie, and that the monsters are not the villains. Like, if you look at the cover, you think, "Oh, the monsters are the villains." Like, no, the villains of the movie are the humans.
The dynamic is reversed.
Yeah, you're watching a monster movie, but with the humans as the.
Oh. Ooh.
Let them go back inside. I think he's the only human in the movie that is remorseful. Is the cop from Star Wars, the guy from Star Wars?
Yeah.
That dog's like, oh no, I'm good. They're vampires. All right, let's go get it. That's what I would think. I'm like, okay, so they're vampires.
We need to call an Uber. I just love it's just the shot of the dude laughing and it immediately cuts away. Like, who did? Next scene.
You're gonna go tell a guy, an inmate who is probably has a DUI, hey, we'll forgive your crime if you come help us go after the. So I think they're vampires, basically.
Yeah.
They're not vampires. So it's a lynch mob now. This kind of reminds me of Avatar.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like they're going after the Na'vi.
Yeah.
I'm not saying James Cameron stole this idea from Nightbreed, but I'm just saying Clive Barker has a case. I wonder which. It's Morgan Creek, so I don't know. I don't think it's Fox. I think it's Morgan Creek. So
All right, my dude, you are way too into that piano wire.
I just did it like it's just like wow,
He like licked it.
yeah. There's a movie just like this. I can't making me mad that I can't think of it.
I'd like to file a complaint.
I know that cop right there. That cop with the gun that ran back there.
Yeah.
He was in the show The Strain.
Really?
He was Corey Stoll's boss, Everett Barnes.
All right, this guy with the face on, like, this guy's awesome. I love him.
I told you he was awesome. This scene right here makes no sense.
What? How? How?
You're shooting at nothing. Look. You see,
Oh.
look.
She's using the power of breasts.
Because they didn't have a nude scenes. They're like, oh, we have one. It's R-rated. You literally, this woman they broke into the police station. Is it smart to kiss somebody that just shows up naked?
Yeah. Well, it's Morgan Creek, and it's on the Universal streaming service, so I would say Universal has something to do with it.
You know, now I'm googling it, and I'm like,
What?
I'm googling. I'm like, Nightbreed is Morgan Creek, blah 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 blah. Peacock. It was Fox. Fox distributed the movie.
Oh, interesting. Can the dead catch lung cancer? Next on Unsolved Mysteries. I'll just deal with this as it comes. Ah, yes, get that Adam's apple.
It's interesting. They're not even that big of a threat. You're literally attacking people because they're different.
Yeah.
That's literally what they're doing.
You get it? Because Pinhead's in this movie.
Yeah. Do you know that do you know what the serial killer's name is that David Cronenberg
What?
plays? His name is Philip K. Decker. David Cronenberg plays a character called Dr. Philip K. Decker, which is a reference to Philip K.
Dick.
Decker was the last name of the protagonist in Blade Runner. So basically, his character is a nod to the Arthur Philip K. Dick and Decker from Blade Runner.
Looking for replicants. What do you think?
Listen to this. I think you'll find this fascinating. In the Bible, Midian was the land in which Moses lived for 40 years in self-imposed exile. It was the Midian that God appeared to Moses at the burning bush, telling him to go back to Egypt to free the Israels. So Midian. Clive Barker apparently read the Bible and took Midian as like a sanctuary, essentially, like an exile. It's basically people that are exiled up there.
Interesting.
Huh. Some of the Nightbreed inspired merchandise, including a 25-issue Nightbreed comic series, a Nightbreed game for a computer game home, and such as the Nightbreed Chronicles. So that means there's a Nightbreed computer game. I wonder what that's about.
I wonder if James Rolfe has reviewed it.
Maybe, I don't know. Listen to this. Rutger Hauer and Christopher Lambert were considered for the role of Boone before Craig Schaefer got the part. How would Rutger Hauer, who is like 40 years old play a 20-year-old guy. How would that have worked? How would that have worked? Hey, Doc. Dude, you're my age. David Cronenberg, like, dude, you're my age. That would have been very funny to watch.
Yeah.
A guy who thinks he's 20 years old is actually 40 years old. Do you know David Cronenberg was also in Jason X?
Really?
He's literally in the first 10 minutes of the movie. Yeah, have you seen Jason X yet?
No.
You need to watch it, dude.
I know.
Now, I'm 90% sure there's laws that would protect you from pulling a Waco situation.
Yeah.
I wonder if does this movie predate Waco? No, yeah, it does predate Waco.
Hang on, let me look. Waco siege, February 28th and April 19th of 93, so 3 years.
Clive Barker has a cameo in a cat-like monster mask.
A cat-like...
Monster mask.
Really?
That's very Tim Burton-esque.
I was going to say, there's some Oogie Boogie, like, in that.
You want to hear Danny Elfman just like patting himself on the back? The song "Skin" by Oingo Boingo from the album "Dark End of the Tunnel" is playing on the radio, though not performed by Oingo Boingo in the outdoor scene where Decker kills the woman he picked up. So basically, Danny Elfman stuck his own band song in the movie.
Give me this.
You can't do it for yourself, do it for your children. I'm like, yes, let's go commit genocide. I'm sure our children would love that.
Yes.
Go wipe out an entire subspecies. I'm sure that, yeah, your children are going to be really proud of you that you went and just murdered people because you thought you didn't like the fact that they were different.
Experiencing a little heartburn. Oh.
I would have said you're so heartless.
Oh. My dude, now is neither the time nor the place. Whoa. Can't say that today.
That is a very homophobic thing to say.
Whoa. It's a quill. You know you want it. Oh,
What's that remind you? What's that animal that that shoots? That's like a porcupine.
yeah.
What? Dude, come on, man. You're not that stupid.
Oh.
Apparently you are.
Oh. Ooh, ooh. Ooh.
That's when you start shooting. I'm just saying.
Yeah. That's when you pull the trigger. Oh. Coming in hot. Oh. Release the crack. I mean, the berserkers.
Imagine having to approve all these designs.
Must have been an interesting few days in the art department.
It's like it has to be more grotesque.
Ooh. Oh. All right, sure. Where did they get flamethrowers? that conveniently don't work. Oh,
You're dead.
okay. So much for him. No more bullets.
A bazooka?
In the 90s, man, the 90s.
I feel like if you kill the police captain, this all ends. I feel like, where's the other guy from Star Wars? I've not seen him once. I understand like there's two different cut. There's like three different cuts of this movie. There's the Cabal cut, there's the director's cut, and then there's the theatrical cut.
Jesus, I thought he got killed.
I understand the studio cut made the theatrical cut, and a lot of people hate the theatrical cut.
Oh no. All right, dude. Now you gotta take out the collector proper. He took out my favorite character in this movie, you bastard.
Yeah, this is the Cabal cut. It's called.
Ooh. Oh. Oh. Ooh. What does your reflection show? I mean, he's dead. He can't feel it. Or maybe he can.
Apparently, there is a Nightbreed TV series in development at the Sci-Fi Channel.
When?
It just says it's in development.
Oh, in development now. Wow. Okay. A little late on that one.
I mean, yeah, this movie came out in 1990.
Sci-Fi Channel was in its prime in like the late 90s.
Does anyone even care? I mean, I remember they had Krypton on the Sci-Fi Channel, and still no one gave a crap. Like Chucky is on right now.
Why wasn't this movie named Cabal?
Probably because a studio probably changed it, just like how originally the Hellbound Heart was going to be the title for Hellraiser, but then the studio was like, we should probably call it Hellraiser. This is one of those things where Clive Barker has a title, they changed the book and title. Just like, do you know what the original title for Blade Runner is?
Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Yeah. Imagine seeing that on the title of a movie. Would you go watch that if it's called Android's Dream of Electric Sheep?
Blade Runner sounds sexier.
Yeah. Do androids dream? Well, imagine you're getting your wife and you're like, honey, you want to go see Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? And she's like, no. Also, they have a horse in the movie, like unicorns. Why isn't it called Do Androids Dream of Unicorns? That would have made the ending of the movie much better.
I guess it was the whole counting sheep thing, and oh, I just got hit by the ooze.
Now he's going to become a Ninja Turtle.
Oh, not the what have you done?
You literally went down there searching for this. You can't help it. You got what you wanted. I don't think this movie is necessarily scary. I do think it's interesting, though.
It's got some good scares in it, though.
They did change some stuff. They said that's in the director's cut. Like the cop, the cop, the Engelman, not the cop, not the guy from Star Wars, but the sheriff, the town sheriff, the hick sheriff.
Yeah.
Him running in the woods and getting killed by some of the Nightbreed. Yeah, that's in the director's cut. They have a post-credit scene in this movie, but if you watch the theatrical cut, it's the last scene in the theatrical cut. But if you watch it's a post-credit scene in this cut.
It makes sense, but I mean, it kind of sucks. I was kind of rooting for them.
She would have to die and become part of the Nightbreed.
Yeah. Oh.
That means you gotta bite her. By the way, why is this a vampire film? Wouldn't this make more sense if it's a vampire film?
It subtly is a vampire film, yeah.
Because it's not real. I mean, like, 'cause they're not vampires, but yet they are. Because they can't go out in sunlight. They have to
Is there
bite you
any
to turn you.
There's no talk of garlic.
It feels like Clive Barker was going to write a vampire film, but then he just changed his mind and said, "I want to add creatures." You should have bit her before she stabbed her. After she stabbed her, you should have bit her. Oh wow, it's a Batman theme again. It's not right. It's the Batman theme.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not going all the way with it. You're like, no, 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 no. Did Danny Elfman have? Oh, here it is.
And now this guy.
Why wouldn't you leave and go home?
Shower up. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, that's a no. I take it there was no sequel, because that's clearly what they're setting up.
Oh, I really think they were hoping for a sequel. Like with the, but you know what? The TV series is the TV series is coming up. So I mean, they have a lot of ideas they could use for the sequel.
Yeah.
Nightbreed, Farmland.
This is kind of like a twisted version of Moses now.
I'm trying to think. What is it called again? Wait, what?
This happy reunion between who?
Wait, there's a post-credit scene, Ryan. There's a post-credit scene, Ryan.
All right, I'm going to skip to that.
Was there a post credit scene here at the end?
That's what I'm waiting to see on. And there was none.
Well, it's on the director's cut. All it was, on it was just basically the ending scene where like the David Cronenberg is like that priest resurrects him.
Oh, interesting. But yeah, that movie was fun. I really enjoyed that.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate it?
I'd go 8.5.
I really like the movie. I think it's a fantastic film.
Yeah, that was fun. Thank you, Jacob. That was really a lot of fun.
Yep.
And like I said, we're going to do a couple more of these for ScaryMania for these watch parties. We're going to get Matt Wyatt involved. It's going to be a thing.
The small top crew will reunite once again.
As we do a lot, but for watch parties we will.
Yeah.
But Jacob, thank you so much. Your channel's linked in the description. You're going to be back on this channel for Small Talk, obviously, but for ScaryMania, you're going to be reviewing Hellraiser with me. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be a lot of fun. What do you got going on your channel?
Well, I have, I just dropped a review for, what's it called? The Exorcist, and I'm planning on going to see either tomorrow or the next day, Exorcist Believer. I hope it doesn't suck, but I'm not getting my hopes up because no one else has seen. I've not seen one review that has said, "Hey, this movie's fantastic." So there goes that. I'm gonna try to watch Saw X, and I'm gonna try to watch Exorcist Believer, and so that's my. And then I'm also Sunday. I have a collab coming up with Blacktastic Media, where we review the 1985 film Fright Night, one of my second favorite movie of all time. That I'm excited to share, and that's what I got coming up. And a Small Talk drops every Tuesday I'm contractually obligated. I don't want to do it. It's just contractual obligations. Yeah, I love doing that. It's so fantastic.
But so Jacob's channel is linked in the description. As far as this channel goes, ScaryMania 4 is continuing. These next couple of reviews, we will be officially entering the 1940s. Next up in the cycle is The Invisible Man Returns, Dr. Cyclops, and I Walked with a Zombie. And then we'll head into the 50s, and I'll have a couple of guests on for those. But if you enjoyed the watch party, leave a like, subscribe. For Jacob Collins, my name is Ryan Cam. You all have a good night. Y'all take care.
Yes, we love you. Bye.